All right, so imagine that I'm asking you to solve with one variable, okay? Suppose we have two consecutive numbers that add up to 139. So consecutive numbers are like, if I had the number 5, the next number would be 6. So this would be, imagine if I had a number x, the next consecutive number would be x plus 1. So here's how we do this type of problem. We must start by, one, setting up let statements. Now, just remember that let statements basically tell us what the variables are. So for this problem, we're going to say let x be the first number. Let x plus 1 be the next consecutive number. So now, suppose I have two consecutive numbers that add to 131. I could ask you, what are the numbers? So if I ever asked you what are the numbers, you could literally be just solving for these x values. So if I say two consecutive numbers add to this thing, that means we have the following. We have one number plus another number is equal to 131. Those numbers are x and x plus 1. So now what we have to do is we have to simplify this. So when we simplify this, we have x plus 1 equals 131. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring all our x's to one side and all our all our numbers to one side. So we have x plus x equals 131 minus 1, which is 130 on this side and 2x. When we solve for x, we must divide both sides by 2. And in this case, what we end up with is x is equal to 60. So that means x plus 1 is equal to 61. So the two numbers are 60 and 61. Okay. Now, you'll notice when I never finish my rules here. For my rules, we set up our numbers, we set up our equations, then 2, we set up our equations. And 3, we find our numbers. So let me show you where stage 1 was. Stage 1 was this part here, telling us what our variables were. Stage 2 is setting up our basic numbers, i.e. setting up our basic equations using translating this sentence into this equation here. Step 3 is all of this, finding our x values. Okay, and that's it. So we have x in this case being 60 and x plus 1 being 61. Sorry that I didn't have enough time to show you most of this in class, but I'm going to have you do some of these problems on a worksheet that I prepared for you this afternoon.